Hey everyone, my name is Zoran Saher, and I'm joined by the wonderful writer, actor, producer, and one of the yesteryear's actors of our times, Pallavi Joshi. Thank you so much for joining me on Urban Asian for your upcoming original series, The Kashmir Files Unreported on ZEE5 Global.
Hi, Zoran. It's wonderful talking to you.
Pleasure, all mine. And I think let me just start by saying I've grown up watching you from your serial days, from Alpa Viraman, of course. It's different to kind of see, something which is so unique and wonderful, the kind of work that you've been doing. And let's talk about your latest work, which is, of course, the Kashmir Files Unreported. It is a fantastic trailer. I've obviously viewed it, and I think there's so much to kind of unravel as the series starts. Tell me what kind of enticed you into doing this.
Well, as you know, we went through a huge research for our film, The Kashmir Files.
Sure.
So when we were writing the script of Kashmir Files, and when the script was finally written and it came in front of us, we realized that there's so much more, left out from all our research, from all the testimonies that we've had.
Right.
But there's only so much that you can show in a film. So around that time, we actually started pondering with the idea of making something more out of the research that we had. We didn't know exactly whether we would be making, excuse me, a documentary or a docu-series, or would write a book on it or do what. But we knew that there was this huge research which needs to be shared with people.
Right.
And ultimately, ZEE5 Global, and we tied hands, and here it is, Kashmir Files Unreported, for everyone to see in the form of a docu-series.
Well, that's wonderful. You spoke very clearly about research, and I think how distinctive the kind of work, the rather homework that you need to be doing before you get the film or even a television show on the sets. How much of creative liberty can you actually take when you're actually doing research? Because a lot of it is, of course, based on facts and based on real life experiences, based on the kind of the stuff that actually happened years ago, and collecting your research. How much of your research is factual as against the creative liberty you've been able to take as far as the show is concerned?
As far as the show is concerned, there is no creative liberty taken. The
Sure.
only creative liberty we've taken is that maybe we have shot our anchor portions separately.
Right.
That's the only thing we've done,
Yeah.
because when we were shooting the Kashmiri Pandits,
Correct.
yes, we did have a camera on us, but then those were not the kind of uh, footages we could have used. So we did the anchor portion separately,
Yeah.
because there was so much more that we wanted to convey to the audience besides just asking questions to the victims.
Correct.
Apart from that, there is nothing. There is this docu series will show you what the victims have told us, what the experts have told us, and stock footage from News Track and all these other channels who had filmed the happenings in Kashmir.
Right. Pallavi, you mentioned about kind of all the filming that you did, and I think needless to even say the kind of stir that Kashmir Files created, globally. It was a success commercially, of course, but I think also got a lot of critical acclaim for the way it was made, of course, by Vivek. And I think it's obviously got a certain kind of a message going around, if I may say so, and kind of a certain kind of a movement. How much of cinema imitates reality in a sense? Because you've been in the business for I can't even remember how many years now. I think it pretty much is your bread and butter. A lot of the voice you give on the big screen imitates art and reality in a sense. Through the process of filmmaking, through the process of making Kashmir Files, and of course now the original series of the Unreported, how much of this art that you put on the canvas has been imitated on reality?
Actually, the equation is exactly the other way around here.
Right.
This wasn't, something that people will come out of the theaters and try and emulate.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have actually shown on screen what had happened in real life. So
Right.
this reel is actually taken from real life.
Correct.
And this real incidents happened 30 years ago. And these are not just the incident that happened, which the entire world knew about. And one day we just got up and decided to make a film on it. This is one truth which was very uh, deliberately and successfully hidden from the entire world, and some different narrative was being created.
Right.
So we just got up one day when the community approached us we said we will try and give you justice to the best of our ability through our work.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not a person in the judiciary who's going to say that, oh, come, let me open your cases.
True.
But through my art form, I'll try and, awaken the conscience of the Indian audience to my best possible level. And I think we've done that.
Correct. And I have to mention this, and not in any which way to deviate from the subject, it of course is linked to that. Your beginning began from the small television, serials. And I think that is where you sort of made a name for yourself, a very successful household name, if I may say so. I think my entire family is aware of it. And I think all of us that have grown up to see all the different kirdars and avatars that you created through the, wonderful characters over the years. Now that the work that you've done over the years has in some way or the other translated on a OTT digital platform. How different for you as an artist, if I may ask, is it has the shift been from being a television star, a television actor, to kind of really, and then of course, featuring in a big commercial film, which is in cinemas, but now obviously in the digital age, how has this transition sort of been for you personally, from TV to cinema, and then now of course on OTT?
Zoran, actually, I started working as a child actor. And there was no television back then. So I started with feature films. Right. And then I did theater, then I did television, then I did films, and now I'm on OTT. Right. So I think it's just a natural progression for any actor to, move from medium to medium.
Right.
It's not really any different.
Right.
If I were doing a normal series, a fictional series on OTT, maybe I would have spoken about, the technical change. I mean, the technical difficulties I had in acting on an OTT platform or anything of the sort. But this is a docu-series. Here I am playing myself. I am Pallavi Joshi in the series. Correct. I'm talking to I'm addressing the audience as myself. I'm speaking about my own thoughts.
Right.
So it was almost like everyday life. Like you and I, we are having a dialogue right now.
Correct.
So instead of you, I was just looking at a camera. It was as simple as that.
True. And Pallavi, I also want to ask you, because obviously the breadth of work you've done is very diverse, to say the least. And over the years, you've always surpassed your previous work. When you, as an actor, choose the roles you do, and of course, barring the Kashmir Files Unreported, which is pretty much playing yourself, when you're playing a fictional character, as an artist, in terms of the process, what really goes behind as far as you're concerned? I mean, of course, the script is the main thing, but I mean, what are the other considerations you have? I mean, consciously deciding, are you looking at portraying reality in a sense? Are you trying to push the envelope by actually challenging yourself? What is it really that kind of motivates you every single day as an actor?
All the above.
Yeah.
Because the process of an actor is very different from the process of a star.
Correct.
And I have never considered myself a star, so I don't know what their process is when they, have to, be the star that they are, film after film after film.
But you are a star for sure.
Sorry?
You are a star. Whether you agree or not, you definitely are.
Excuse me. No. I'm an actor, and I really love being an actor, because as an actor, I get a chance to get under the skin of different characters. And in one lifetime, there's 1,000 lives.
Correct.
So for me, the process is huge. First of all, I need to like the character.
Sure.
Which is very difficult. I mean, I seldom like characters. That's why I do very selective jobs. And then I like to go through the entire backstory of any character, where she was born and where she grew up, what her parents did, who was her first boyfriend, where did she, get her education, which college did she go through, what kind of clothes did she wear, does she drive a car herself, or, she's driven around, or she's the one who, goes around in a cab or buses. She wears Indian clothes, she wears Western clothes. Does she sleep, on her back? I mean, there's 10,000 things that, we have to go through. And then I write down the whole process, make the character. Right. And then by the time you're in front of the camera, you are that person, you are Aisha Ali Shah, or you're Radhika Menon, or whoever it is.
True. Well, it's incredible. Whatever you do, I hope you continue doing that, because we love watching you, and we always will, as long as you are there.
Thank you.
What's next on the cards as far as acting goes?
Well, we are releasing our new film next month. It's called The Vaccine War.
Okay.
It's about how India made the vaccine
You're right.
The quickest vaccine, the safest vaccine,
Yeah.
and nobody knows it really, but it was made by a bunch of women scientists.
All right. Well,
That is what the film talks about.
And it's always wonderful you choose topics that a lot of people haven't really tapped and, discovered more. But more power to you, Pallavi. Thank you. Wishing you all the very best. And thank you so much for joining me on Urban Asian, really. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you, Saran. It was lovely talking to you.
Likewise. Take care. Cheers. Thank you.